those milestones, 10x your finance, whatever it is that you're committed to achieving in 2022. If you implement the three things that I'm going to talk to you about today, and especially number three, I can guarantee you that you would come about. So hello guys, my name is Ella. Welcome back to my channel. How are you guys doing? Is it too late to say happy new year? This is my first video upload for 2022. I know I've been away, but you know, check out my other video that gives my life update, and then you catch the reason why I've been away. But in this video, so today I wanted to talk to you about staying focused. And at this time of the year, a lot of us are seeing a lot of videos that are telling us, oh, you've got to write your goal, you've got to write your vision, you've got to put a plan into place, because 2022 is going to be so great if you put your goals in, put your plan in. That is all very true, and that is very good. But there are three things that you have to do in order to implement whatever goal it is, whatever mission vision that you have, whether it's a mission, whether it's a vision, whatever you want to call it, whatever you're mapping out for your 2022, you need these three tips. You need these three tips in order to 10x those items, 10x those milestones, 10x your finance, whatever it is that you're committed to achieving in 2022. If you implement the three things that I'm going to talk to you about today, and especially number three, I can guarantee you that you would come back to me at the end of the year when we're reviewing and just checking out, how 2022 was. You are going to say to me, Ella, I implemented number three and my whole life changed. My business changed. My whatever it is to you, my finance, everything changed the moment I stayed focused and implemented number three. So let's go into number one. I mean, by now, all of us have probably written goals, we've probably written New Year resolutions. Don't do that, because we don't stick to it. But they might give you a guidance to what you want to achieve. They might allow you to stay a little bit accountable. If that does it for you, do you, boo? You can write that resolution, Make sure you don't put going to the gym, because we know that we don't stick to it. But number three will allow you to stick to whatever, goals that you put in, whatever resolution that you put in and you want to achieve it, stick on and get ready to hear number three. So the first thing I want to talk about is just goals. Goals. Everyone is talking about goals at this time of the year, and that's all very good. That is very good. That is very good for us to talk about our goals, because without some sort of guidance, we kind of without some sort of guidance, it's almost like we are just going around in circles. And the point of writing all those things down is to give us guidance, and anything that is not documented you can't really achieve. So I would encourage you to write down whatever it is that you want to achieve, whatever you want to call it, a goal, vision, whatever it is to you, you write it down, babe. The thing the first thing I want to make sure that you're doing, if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my notes, because I want to make sure that I give you the value that you deserve on this video. So number one thing that you need to do to scale up your 2022 is time management. Yes, time management. A lot of times that we set up, we have these missions, we have these things that we want to do, but we don't actually allocate time to do them. Or maybe we allocate time to do them, but we're not precise. We don't make a list. So every time you just say you want to, you want to start a business, it's always important that you write down what your goals for the vision, your business wants to be, what you want to see, what you want, how your finance is going to be, whatever it is that you want to see. Writing it down makes you accountable to yourself, number one, but it also gives you the opportunity to now start to allocate time. Because you see, number one is a prerequisite to number three tip. Because if you put them two together, if you do the two together in conjunction with each other, you're going to see like instant result. So time management is about making sure that you have a list and allocating time. So for example, if you are in running your business or in achieving your goal, allocating time per day, per hour, or whatever it is to each task allows you to be dedicated to it. So for example, on a Tuesday, my Tuesday is like, okay, Tuesdays are for filming videos between this time and between 10 and 12 or 10 and 2, whatever it is for you. for me, that is for filming videos, because I have that time. I have those 2 hours to make sure that I film the content that I need to film for the week, and probably 2 weeks. And in that time, that's when I also do my reels. And I also, what I do is make sure that I'm giving time so that I can also give room for distraction. So for example, I need to, in the evenings when I'm doing my admin tasks, I need to give room for when the kids come back from school and they want to tell me about what they did in school. I need to be able to allocate that time and say, this is mommy's time, and they can go off doing their homework, and then I communicate with them that after this time, then I'm committed to having that time with you, where I help them with, if they're struggling with the homework that they started doing, or whatever it is that they want to talk to me about. And from allowing me to, from putting those things into a program, that just allows me to be more productive, to be that in that time where I've allocated for those tasks, I'm actually focused on doing those tasks, so that the next distraction is not going to be a distraction in my task, if that makes any sense. So allocating time and making the list and putting those lists into slots, making sure that those items have slots of hours, whatever it is. If it's 30 minutes that you want to spend on that slot, put an hour, so that you can achieve these goals. There's no point of writing goals if you're not going to put time into it. If you're not going to allocate time slots for you to be able to implement those tasks, then writing a task is just as good as just going to the gym and not actually entering the gym. This tip would only allow you to be consistent, to be accountable, to actually implement what you want to implement. Number 2 is actually having structure. So when you have time and you allocate allocate time to your list, that actually gives you structure, because you then know that on a Tuesday's for filming, Wednesday's for it's Tuesday night it's editing, or Wednesday is when I put up posts, when Wednesday's when I prepare for my lives, Thursday is when I meet up with clients, Thursday is when I have my sessions with my clients. So you see, from allocating slots to the list that I've written, I now have a program, I now have a structure that allows me, that guides me through my week. That means at the end of the week, I'm able to see what I put on my list, what I allocated time for, the structure it gave me throughout the week, so that I can then place things that are outside of business. I can place family, I can place kids, I can place other things around this task, around my slots, and it gives me a program. So you see how all of these things then leads to tip number 3, which is the most important tip: system. There is no successful person. No, if you check around, anyone that's a success, Bill Gates, Richard Branson, Lisa Nichols, Tony Robbins, whoever it is that is your mentor, that you look up to. If you check their lives, if you check their business, if you check how they bring the content that they bring to you, you would know that they thrive on systems. Because the one thing that system does for you is, system is bigger than you, in a sense that when you create this list and you create the time slots and you have the structure, you have the program, that in turn gives you a system. And what that system does is that when you have other people that are helping you, or when you have staff, or even yourself, you sort of prepare a system that someone can step into your shoe. It's almost like when you have a role, they know that when, for a finance officer, the person needs to come in and do XYZ, and they need to do XYZ at this time, and they need to submit reports at this time of the month. So if that person is not available to do that role, to do that job, or there was an emergency, somebody else can fit into that role. That is what a lot of companies get cover, because why do they have cover and somebody else can easily come and do the job? Because there's already a system. There's a system behind what the result that they need. In essence, somebody can replace another person. They can have an emergency person replace someone because they already have a system. So systems is what keeps you afloat. If you haven't had anything else in this video, I want you to take away the fact that in 2022, whatever it is that you want to achieve in your business, in your finance, in your personal life, I want to implore you to make sure that you have a system. Systems are really, really important. They're the things that drive you to the bigger, goal. They're the things that drive you to the bigger result. Know that systems drive you to win. You can't win without a system. No successful person. That is why in a lot of countries, they can have the most intelligent president, head of state, whatever it is, but that president would end up being very unsuccessful because either the country it doesn't run under a system. That's why a lot of African countries have corruption, why there's a lot of things that are not being done, because they can have a good leader, but without a good system, both things cannot collaborate together. A good leader and lack of system means that the leader can't function because there is no bed. There's no bedrock. You can't sleep on, if you want to sleep on a bed and you haven't put the bed frame, you're essentially going to sleep on the floor. So putting a system gives you the ability to step out and let the system run, especially if you're running a business, especially if you're starting a business, or if you're running a small business. If you don't already have a system of how you deliver, a system of how you make the product, a system of how the product is sense to your client, then in essence your business has failed. So in 2022, what this video is going to be very short, but 3 things I want you to take away from this video is: 1, make sure you manage your time properly. Make sure you write a list, allocate time slots to your list so that you can then have structure, because your structure will give you program, and your program in turn would give you a system, and that system in turn will give you result. So if you don't hear anything else from this video, if you don't take anything else, take away the fact that in 2022, in order to scale up and 10x your business, your life, whatever it is, and achieve all those goals and those beautiful things that you want to achieve in 2022, you must have a system, because system makes you stay afloat. System is bigger than you, and system gets you to the win. So whatever it is that you're doing, make sure that you implement a system. If you want me to talk about how to actually break down the systems item by item, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Let us chat and see. Let's encourage yourself. Tell me in the comment section if you're going to be implementing a system to whatever goal and vision that you have for 2022. And if you're going to be doing this tip, we're all going to be accountable to ourselves, and we're going to come back in a few months and see how our systems are working for us, and see how our systems are transforming us day in, day out. So thank you guys for watching this video. I love you guys for watching, and please don't forget to like and share and subscribe. We need to get to 100 subscribers in a few days, and we need to get to 500 subscribers by the end of January. I know it's a tall order, but I know that we can do it. So share and like and support your girl, and I'll see you guys on my next video. I love you guys for watching. Take care and God bless.